Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast.
And I'm Toni Shalasky, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida. Welcome to the show. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toni Unleashed. And yes, our focus is pet health and wellness through food and feeding our pets the best food possible. But we're also about saving our pets through rescue organizations. And Emily Claire is commitment.
Yeah. My official title I like to use is adoption coordinator, but it goes way beyond that, but I'm okay with just adoption coordinator.
Okay. So Emily Claire is adoption coordinator for Save a Friend Puerto Rico. And I am going to turn it over to you, Em, and just tell us about how you got into how you met Marla, who truly is the founder.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us how that all happened.
Yeah. I don't know where this whole rescue drive really started for me, but it really took off in college. All throughout college, my 4 years, I fostered. I worked very closely with another very small rescue up in California. And when I moved to Pittsburgh, I was looking for a rescue to kind of jump in with, because when it comes to dogs, I just kind of either can do a lot or nothing. It's challenging for me to like not be very into it.
I'm seeing a pattern here, guys. A lot or nothing. So M is either all in or blips off the radar.
Yeah. It's hard because I have so many, hence this is why we have a podcast. I come up with all these ideas and I'm like, I need to do this. I need to do this. But so I moved to Pittsburgh. I started working with Healthy Pet Products, and I was kind of looking for a rescue to work with. And my real passion has always been pit bulls. I just have the most wonderful pit bull in the world. And I just truly didn't understand why they, have the reputation they have. And I didn't find a rescue that I really clicked with, or that I really felt like I could have a say or have a voice, not in a negative way, just in a way that I felt strongly about certain things. And then one of my friends was down in Puerto Rico and brought back this Chihuahua. And I was like, frick, it's a really cute Chihuahua. And I was like, oh, I'll adopt that Chihuahua. And she was like, it is actually already adopted. And I was like, what, next time you go to Puerto Rico, if you see a small, younger male dog, I will take it. Because my pitty loves a little dog. So I was like, that would just make her so happy. And so my friend went down to Puerto Rico. And she was like, hey, this little dog just got tossed out of a car at the park when we were driving. Do you want it? And I was like, I'm not going to say, he was so cute. I'm not going to say no. And he, had
cute.
So cute. He had this huge brush burn on him. And that's where Marla fostered him in Puerto Rico while he healed and he got neutered and he got all of his vaccines. And Marla volunteered at the shelter down the street, and she's always done dog rescue. She's in her 70s, and she's originally from Washington, and now she lives in Puerto Rico.
Washington State.
And she was fostering this dog that I just, saw a picture of, and I was like, yep, he's mine, without even having my dogs meet or without even meeting him.
Huh.
And she fought, and of course me, I'm like a psycho. I was texting her every single day. How's Ken? We named him Kendrick Lamar. I was like, how's Kendrick Lamar? Every single day, texting her, checking in on him until he was healthy enough and able to fly to me. And we just hit it off. And then, we were slowly bringing dogs over, and I was slowly finding them homes before we were anything. And then I started an Instagram page. I physically went down there and I helped at the shelter. I helped raise money. At the shelter, there was this like Shih Tzu looked like it was on its deathbed. And I was like, all right, you're coming home with me. And this is my problem is in my brain, I'm like, I have a house. I work at a pet store. I can, have some sort, like I have compassion. I'm going to take this bad Shih Tzu home from Puerto Rico and I'm going to fix it. And why not? But forgot to ask my husband.
Forgot being the key word there.
I just didn't think I needed, like, why wouldn't we open our home to a creature that needs love and support and healing? And I took him home. And
that's really how it started?
Yeah. And then I started bringing just kept going. And then it just kept building. And then the Instagram page kept building and people heard of us and they wanted dogs. And so it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing just naturally. We didn't want it to get big because it's two of us.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't handle it. And now I feel like we're huge. We're really small.
How many followers do you have?
We have over 1,300 followers. So not a ton.
Right. So back up a little bit because you know me and connections and the universe and all that. How did you actually meet Marla?
So Lynn, she owns Hickory Creek Kennels here. She is a customer and a good friend. And she ran into Marla at the beach. They were both feeding dogs on the beach of Puerto Rico.
Oh, get out.
And so Marla ran into Lynn and Marla met. And then when she went back, Kendrick got thrown out of the window. And Lynn was like, hey, can you foster? Yeah, I have a home for this dog. Can we take it? Can we fix it?
Yeah.
And then that's how Marla and I met because she was fostering Kenny and like getting him neutered and vaccinated and everything.
And does Marla live full time in Puerto Rico?
So yeah, she lives in full time in Puerto Rico. She has the most beautiful view. Her and her husband used to boat and live in a catamaran and travel the world.
Wow.
She has property in Belize, all over.
Can I rent it?
Well, it doesn't have. It's just like land now. It's land right now.
I'm
hoping she builds a house before she dies. That would be ideal for me because we truly, and the reason why this works is because Marla and I are very, very close and we're very like-minded. I mean, she cares about nutrition. So all of our dogs, get what we can afford, which is Costco kibble, which is better than Alpo, which is better than, the shittiest food you can buy. It's grain-free and it's salmon. So we're doing the best we can.
So is there a Costco in Puerto Rico?
There's a Costco in Puerto Rico.
So I just wonder, I mean, just like Carrie just said, they're in Europe. They're in
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Why can't we try to?
So Marla herself feeds Honest Kitchen. So she orders Honest Kitchen and she feeds it. All of the dogs get coconut oil, kelp, probiotics, and this is all coming out of I push bone broth a lot of anytime we have an issue I push bone broth and pumpkin, and this all comes from pretty much honestly Marla's retirement fund.
Oh my.
Because we have a diet agreement that every adopter has to fill out that is like, please these are why we recommend not feeding certain foods because they're poorly sourced. There's tons of corn, tons of sugar, just whatever you can afford to feed, try the best. And every single dog that comes over here that I personally adopt out gets a bag of food, gets toys, gets supplements, and gets healthy hemp CBD treats.
Great.
Every single dog. And that's why it works because Marla and I are so like-minded in health and wellness and care of dogs. And we have very similar morals, very similar ethics. And, we care about these dogs. We follow through with these dogs. I mean, she came here. She was here recently and visited 6 dogs in like 4 days of homes that she stays in contact with. And we're like, hey, Marla wants to come over. And they're like, Sunday is your day. Sunday, she had a person to go to. Wednesday, Saturday, she had a dog lined up that she had adopted out.
Did she stay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is too, I wanted to touch base on, in the position I'm in, is that, people are adopting or fostering dogs or, committing to a dog without meeting the dog. Which means our reputation is very important, which means we pretty much cannot send a dog or person aggressive dog. Now, you know, you're in a shelter environment. You can't over test everything, but that's why people contact us and send us, you know, requests, because we have really good freaking dogs.
Yeah.
Really good dogs.
Yeah.
We just have to.
So do you temperament test there or?
I don't have, we have to.
Yeah.
I don't have a facility here. I'm all foster based here, a foster to adopt based here.
Did you find those foster families yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Yeah. So, I have one really strong foster home that I can really rely on. Pretty much only one. I have one that we have now, but wants to adopt, so I'll lose him probably as a foster. And mostly every other time, it's just straight adoptions.
So for our listeners, I have DeSoto, who is a very dog aggressive dog. If I did not have DeSoto, I would love to foster. And I think I'd be a good foster because I think I could, because you have to realize you're in it.
Right.
To develop this dog, to be ready to go to another family and not get attached.
And it's, I know people, that's why people don't want to foster.
Yeah.
But
it's hard.
The reality of it is, and I've had countless dogs in and out of my house.
Mm-hmm.
You do not click with every single dog.
You don't.
There have been dogs. I love every single dog that comes to my home, including, and I'm not a puppy person, including the puppies. I love every single freaking puppy that comes to my home. But I can recognize we are not a match.
Yeah.
And I can recognize my patience is getting tested here. And I'm going to do everything for you to help you find your match.
Yep.
And I will cry still. Yeah. I will still cry. But I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I mean, I've only had one foster fail.
Yeah.
And it's so rewarding because it's actually, like, for rescues like us, it's the only thing that gets dogs off the island, and it's the only thing that saves lives is fostering.
Yeah. So I think what we should do someday, because I've always wanted to go with you at some point and help, we should take our gear and just do a podcast straight from Puerto Rico.
We should.
That'd be fun.
It's really, and there's a lot of
and we could tie in a fundraiser or something with it.
Well, we could raise money to go down there.
Oh,
because what we usually do, so the building, the shelter, the building that most of the dogs are housed in was an old AIDS compound, and it's owned by the church.
AIDS, as in,
so they built a compound, and they used to force people who tested positive.
Get the fuck out of here.
So it's there's toilets.
Let me guess, it was built in the 80s.
There's toilets, drains, showers.
Oh,
but you know, unfortunately, it works out for our dogs because it's all tile floors and it's all drains. So there's a drain and tile floor in every room, but we don't have a full roof. We have zero electricity. We do not have running water. So we have to go to a different part of the property, fill up jugs of water to clean and rehydrate dogs. There's no electricity in there. We just got a new roof on one of the buildings. We get tons of, it's not storm proof really. So, and if there is a storm or a hurricane, everyone's getting in a crate and going up to Marla's garage because she lives on really high ground. So, you know, when we go volunteer, the things that we do is power wash because it gets really moldy and sticky. We raise money. And last time we went and bought just a ton of things. Like we built a pathway. I mowed and I weed whacked the whole back overgrown yard and built a pathway from one building to the next so you can get there easier and quicker.
Yeah.
Power washing roofs, painting walls because a lot of the walls are just covered in mold and are gross and falling apart. So I think last time I went, painted a couple rooms.
You know, Kills. Do you know what Kills is? It's KILZ. I don't know if you can get it in Puerto Rico, but it's great for sealing walls.
Okay.
Going over toxic mold.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's good ventilation because there's no window. I mean, the windows aren't sealed. Like it's just open.
And
bars.
once it's dry, it's not toxic. But when you're putting it on, it's fucking toxic.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's load up our suitcase with Kills. Let's fucking go. And it's,
I'm a good painter.
and the thing is too, is like when people like us go, we can take the dog out and we can go take it to the beach, take it to public places, start desensitizing it, seeing how it is. Because our temperament testing is really cat testing, food testing, dog testing. It's hard to do separation anxiety testing in a shelter environment.
Yeah.
But
Well, I almost think separation anxiety is just a thing anymore.
yeah.
But that's another
That's an episode.
Yeah.
Separation.
That is definitely an episode.
Yeah. So we have had purebreds at our shelter, but it's interesting because we've had a couple purebred schnauzers and a min pin, and the purebred min pin we got was very type A min pin, and so that actually connected us to a rescue group here in Pittsburgh that does all Dobermans and min pins. So one of the other reasons why we're so successful is working with these rescues, and we do contact a lot of purebred rescues because there are a ton of those out there. You can find like I just said, Doberman Min Pin Rescue. Tons of purebred dogs there. Lab rescues. There's a ton of gold. So there's actually 2 really awesome rescues here in Pennsylvania that have tons of purebred dogs. It's called Zoe's House. And then there's another one I'll have to look at my phone, but they pretty much pool. It's like Life something. I'll look it up on my phone, but they pool and save the Amish puppy mill dogs. So they get a ton of Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. They get a ton of Golden Retrievers, a ton of
Shih Tzu.
I mean, they get Boston Terriers. Just all the main breeds. Cocker Spaniels, they get a ton of those.
So for our listeners, for those that truly are in love with a certain breed, you can still rescue.
100%. I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
And so years ago, I think we're only going back probably about 5 years, the annual amount of dogs being euthanized for lack of homes was 4 million plus.
Wow.
Yep. And we're below 1 million now.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We're below 1 million now. And Best Friends Animal Sanctuary has set a goal by 2025 to have all animal shelters in the United States no-kill shelters. So they have been kind of leading the mission to become no-kill as a country.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty amazing. I mean, it's so sad because these dogs do not deserve to just walk into a shelter and die. There's a huge stigmatization that dogs are in shelters or in rescues because they are bad dogs.
Yep.
Bad dogs. But so I follow so many different Facebook pages and rescue pages, and I would say 80 to 90% of the time, it is because someone, and this goes back to the purebred, someone bought a breed that they did not research and they do not know.
Yep.
They are moving. They don't have the time for.
Yeah.
They got a new job.
Yeah.
They had a kid. They don't have the energy. They don't realize what it takes. And so these dogs are getting surrendered because of human error.
Yep.
And then they go into a shelter, and if they're purebred, they're fucking lucky.
Yep.
They're lucky as hell because they have the best chance of getting out.
Yep.
If they are not a purebred, they're not so lucky. And
Right.
they have that chance of getting euthanized because the person that bought them irresponsibly, didn't commit to them the way that they deserve to be committed to.
Right. And
then they get the bad rap.
just like our philosophy with pet food, we're not here to shame people.
No.
We're here to educate. We're here to grow awareness.
Right.
Same goes for rescuing pets. We're not here to shame you because you got your dog from a breeder. We are just educating as many people as we can about what really happens.
And that's reality.
It is.
There's some dogs that, are left at a shelter because they're a little bit bad. But can you blame them?
Right.
And that's sometimes I feel like I struggle with expectations.
Yeah.
I struggle with the fact that I have a dog that is put in a crate, shipped on a plane to Philadelphia, thrown in a van with a stranger, driven down to Pittsburgh, and go into a home, and he's anxious for the first 48 hours. And And I get text messages that he's so anxious, he's so nervous. What do I do? And I'm like, you give him space and you let him decompress. But if it was
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, if it was a fluffy doodle and had poor behavior, they wouldn't be shamed that way.
nothing against doodles.
No, but the fluffy dog gets a lot of passes compared to a Puerto Rican street dog.
Yeah.
Or a pit bull.
And a lot of humans don't speak canine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like having a child, 2-legged child that you can rationalize with or have a conversation with. They have a different language.
Right.
And not everybody speaks that language.
No. I just posted something. I think Dr. Becker posted this actually, or Dr. Judy Morgan. The important, if you have a dog that growls, you have a dog that knows how to communicate.
Absolutely.
And that is a way for a dog to communicate with you, to set boundaries, to tell you something. And, so often we take growling as aggression, as negative. And
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. If you have a dog that growls, you have a dog that you build a better relationship with.
Yes.
That you can learn from.
Yes.
That you can give them the best life because they're communicating with you. But
yes.
we don't. But not everyone speaks that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's hard. During COVID, our shelters were emptied because everybody got pets. Mm-hmm. And now our shelters are overrun. Mm-hmm. And we all...
Staffing's low everywhere. We all that are in this world, you and I am, we knew this would happen. Mm-hmm. And again, no judgment. It's hard not to judge, but because I don't have human children, Emily Claire doesn't have human children. So to us, our dogs are our kids, our cats are her cats are her kids. No, I don't have cats. So it's a commitment, and you have to know that going in and not take it lightly. Yeah.
So yeah,
there's so many ways to just, take a second to look at a dog and be like, this is what it needs.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need to change one little thing, and it helps a lot.
And some people speak dog naturally and some people don't. So there's resources, and your natural pet food stores are resources. So, we can't go into this whole big long training session with you, but we definitely can give you guidance.
Oh, we have trainers coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, like me, I run a rescue. I can tell you, this is normal for your dog to act this way within the first 1 week of being in a home. We have people who work there who have such a diverse background and experience with dogs as well. Mm-hmm. Go to them. Start there. Mm-hmm. There's business cards everywhere. There's people with so much different experience out there. Yeah. There's one thing too that I really like for people who are very set on one certain breed. Go to a Facebook breed page and just ask questions throughout your lifestyle, because people on these lab Facebook pages, these poodle Facebook pages, these Shih Tzu Facebook, they know their shit.
Yeah.
And just be like, this is what I do, this is what I want, and this is why. They'll give it to you straight. And they'll give you a ton of support as well.
Isn't there also a test you can take that tells you
Animal Planet has one
based on your personality?
Yeah.
And what breed is best for you?
Well, yeah. I mean, for example, you have purebred rescued healers. I love your dogs. I'm not a healer person. I'm not a working breed person. I just cannot do the border collies, the German shepherds, the working breed, the corgis. No,
I never will again.
I do the mutts that I have no idea what they are.
Mutts are the best.
Yeah. Come to Healthy Pet Products before you rehome or you surrender your dog, because there might be something we can do to help you.
Absolutely. We have so many interactive toys and
100%.
And things.
We're here. Email us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw out my email too. I mean, I can help.
And I really think you should tell everybody how to find Save a Friend Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah. So this is great too. Okay. So it's Save a Friend Puerto Rico, and we're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. Our email is saveafriendpr@gmail.com. And you know what? We do something that's really awesome. Say, I listened to this podcast. I listened to Emily. I have a list of requirements for a dog. I want a certain size. I want a certain temperament. It needs to be good with cats. It needs to be good with dogs. It needs to be good with kids. It needs to be under 50 pounds. It needs to be female, whatever. Send that list to me. When that dog shows up, it's going straight to you, and you don't have any competition, and I'm like, this is, from what I see, this dog is going to fit your list perfectly.
I like it. I like that you call it a wish list.
Yeah. And usually we fit it. I mean, it's not out of the question. As long as you're okay to have a mutt. I mean, I can't match your breed.
My niece, Natalie.
Yeah.
Her and her husband and son, they just had a dog pass at 8 years of age, unfortunately to cancer. And she checks your page every day. And you told her their family needs to create a wish list. Mm-hmm. So we could follow up.
Yeah, let's do it.
With the next couple of episodes with what their wish list is and see what happens.
So we have a similar situation. I have a friend who wanted a dog that is smaller, can pass a CGC, which is a canine good citizen, is smart, can go on walks and hikes, but doesn't need constant mental active stimulation, can be a couch potato, good with kids, adults, is confident, can handle almost any situation, but isn't like prey driven, toy driven. It's just like a good, solid dog. Alice, she is going to her in a couple of weeks, and she's on our page, and we were like, that's your dog.
Awesome.
So follow up. We'll do this, and then we'll do Natalie, and we'll see if how good I am at making matches.
Yeah. And did you mention your Instagram?
Yeah.
And your Facebook? Okay.
Yeah.
So just to wrap it up, folks, thanks for listening, and tune in next time, and we'll give you updates on everything we just talked about.
Yeah. We're like reality TV, but podcast.
Bye for now.
Bye.